Hi, I'm Bridget Davis, the Internet Chef. I've been working in the heat of the professional kitchen for over 25 years. Join me as we explore the intoxicating world of food, here on Chef Versus. Kia ora and welcome to the Chef Versus series, coming to you live and semi-wired from the lovely folks of Lenovo, Australia and New Zealand. My name is Bridget Davis, the Internet Chef, and on this episode of Chef Versus, we're going to start a bit of a food fight with vegetarian food blogger Tara Mathews. We're going to ask her all the tough questions about what it's like to be a vegetarian in the express checkout lane that is the Sydney food blogging scene.
I became a vegetarian because I really love animals and I didn't want to eat them anymore. The thought of eating meat makes me feel really icky. I don't want to ingest anything that's gone through pain or hurt or that has died unnecessarily just so that I could eat. No, this isn't the first time I've gone vegetarian. The first time was for about 2 years, but I wasn't as serious about it. I hadn't read up as much about it as I have now. So I did slip up for probably about a year, and then I got back into it, and it's been about 10 years now. Through my blog, I hope to share with people that being vegetarian is really not difficult. It's easy, it's fun, and it's delicious. I've got 3 rescue animals. My dog, Mr. Pickles, he's a Staffy Cross Kelpie, and he's a little bit anxious and sooky. And my eldest is Crumpet. She's a domestic shorthair, and she's nearly 11, and my other cat, Chili, is 5, and she's real smoochy. Yes, all my animals have food-related names, and that was complete accident. I don't even know how that happened.
There are many chefs out there that still find it hard to cater to vegetarians in their restaurant. What have you got to say about that, Tara?
It's so easy to be vegetarian, and it's fun and it's delicious, and it need not be hard at all.
Fantastic. So what are we going to cook today?
Today we're going to make a potato, halloumi and green salad. It's really easy. Whip up together in like 20 minutes.
Fantastic.
Less.
Let's get started.
Okay. So we're just going to get some baby potatoes and we're just going to quarter them. And while I'm doing that, if you could top and tail some beans and snow peas.
I can do that for you, no problem.
Thank you.
So, as a vegetarian, do you find yourself to be anti-meat eaters?
No, not at all. I think being vegetarian is obviously a very personal choice, and I'm not going to down anyone for their decisions, and what people put into their body is up to them. So we're going to put our potatoes into the boiling pot. So I'm just going to put them into a colander so that I don't get splashing boiling water everywhere.
So how long do you think we're going to have the potatoes in the water? Because it's boiling salted water?
Yes, it's going to take probably about 10 minutes.
Cool.
And then when we're nearly done, we're going to throw our beans and snow peas in the top.
Great.
Because then it's just one pot and that's less washing up.
Fantastic.
So meanwhile, while that's happening, I'm going to cut up some halloumi. I love cheese.
Obviously, as a vegetarian,
I eat a lot of cheese.
Yeah, obviously, as a vegetarian, you do consume milk products.
Yeah, I do.
Cow's milk, goat's milk.
Mostly the only dairy I really have is cheese. And there are a lot of cheeses where you can look at on the packet for the type of rennet that they're using.
Ah, yes.
Some use an animal rennet and some will use a vegetable rennet. So we're just going to use a little of this avocado olive oil for the pan.
It's one of the things I love about halloumi cheese. It's its ability to go into a frying pan and then be fried. We call it squeaky cheese in our house.
Yeah,
or
it's a little bit squeaky.
Raincoat cheese.
Okay.
Sounds like a
Never
raincoat.
heard that one before.
Raincoat cheese. So tell me, is there any tips that you would have as a vegetarian on how someone who's new or thinking or considering becoming a vegetarian, how they can sort of make this transition easy?
That's pretty much how the blog came about. So I had a lot of friends who just assumed that because I was vegetarian that meant it was really difficult and it was hard to eat out and it was hard to cook, but it's really not. It's super easy.
Yeah.
So on the blog, I share lots of recipes. I travel a lot, so how easy it is to eat out when I'm traveling. Also, just different restaurants that I'm eating at and how easy it is to get vegetarian dishes there as well.
Sure.
Okay, so now we're going to put our greens into the top of the pot.
Yeah, and what are we using today? We've got snow peas.
We've got snow peas and we've got green beans.
Is there any other vegetables that you could use instead of?
You could absolutely use spinach. Instead of potatoes, you could use sweet potato.
Beautiful.
You could use purple potatoes. You could also cube some eggplant and put it in with the halloumi. There's all sorts of different things you could do.
Beautiful.
Whatever you've got. So we'll turn this off now.
Yep.
And then we will
There you go.
strain this. There you go.
Looks lovely and green already.
Okay, so now we're going to add our halloumi and then we're going to season it and put some of the dressing in. Okay, so now we're going to season it. Now what I would usually season this with salt and pepper, but what I'm going to use today is a little porcini and shiitake salt that I made.
Fantastic.
It's also on the blog.
Wonderful. So it's on the blog now?
Sure is.
Beautiful.
And we're going to add a little of this dressing. I like these guys because it's made in Tasmania.
Beautiful. So local ingredients.
Yeah.
Fantastic. And what sort of sauce is this one?
This one is a chili and lime, which goes well with the lime olive oil that we used.
Ah, the avocado oil. Fantastic, yeah.
So now we're just going to give it a little mix. Okay, so now we're just going to plate up and then all we need to do is add some sesame seeds.
Looks fantastic.
Colour?
Yep. Great colour on the greens.
Okay, so now we're just going to put some sesame seeds on top. And I like to use a lot.
Oh, fantastic.
And there it is.
Beautiful. Looks really good. You know, I was thinking with such a gorgeous dish, it deserves a wine match. It's a little Chardonnay. It is from the Margaret River. And it's called Butterball Chardonnay. I reckon it's going to be a fantastic match. So let's have a bit of a try, shall we?
Sure.
Looks really good. I love the fact that you've kept the greens nice and colourful as well, which is really important. Nice and crunchy. I love the sesame seeds. They give it a great nuttiness as well.
Yay.
And the halloumi is very squeaky.
Yes.
I reckon it's time to say cheers.
Cheers.
Thank you, Tara, for joining us today, and thank you for joining us as well. Make sure you come back and watch many more episodes of Chef Versus. Thanks so much.
Thank you.